Okay. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Court Rutnowski, publisher of Yankee Tea News, co-sponsored by erstwhile supporters, the Greenwich Stanford Tea Party Patriots. So there's a lot to go through, but you know, the opening comment about this week is, wow. So first of all, there's an interesting saying. It's, may you live in interesting times. It's attributed to Asia, and it's actually intended as a curse. And so we are beginning to live through that curse. Steve Bannon made the point that when you look at history in the broad frame, you have years where it takes days worth of things to happen, and then days in which years worth of things happen. And we are living through, we're right smack in the middle of years of things happening within days. It is, we see such a dramatic range of things, from what's happening in the Ukraine to our struggles with China to the Supreme Court rulings, and you name it. So on that happy note, so the first question is it time for America to burn again, or is it? So it's funny that when you look at different sources, there are different versions of what's happening following the protests that we've seen at the Supreme Court. And so I put up two links on two stories which give very different perspectives on what is happening. I'm going to favor the second one. The first suggests there's going to be violence, there's going to be more burnings and such. So far to date, we have not seen much of that. And if anything, the argument is you're going to see a dying off of these protests against abortion, the abortion ruling around the country. In other words, abortion as a hot button issue is not resonating with the American public like it used to, all right? So that's something to consider. Number two, though, oh, that's a sweet one. Okay, you have to remember that Hunter Biden's laptop has got a lot of stuff on it. People are still going through it. So now the latest put out on, let's see here, Daily Mail, the UK website, is that proof that in fact Joe Biden did talk to Hunter about their dealings in China. An email that makes it quite clear that that's what's happened. So if they want to come out and deny it, feel free, but there it is. Now, this is another one. Okay, Russia defaults on credit payments for the first time in 104 years. The problem here is this struggle has actually been going on for the last several months. And what is happening is that Western financial institutions are basically trying to screw the Russian government, in so many words, by not allowing Russia to actually make its credit payments. And thereby they can say, aha, look, Russia defaulted. So here Russia is trying to figure out how to make them, and the creditors won't allow their payments. It's really a stupid game that's being played as far as I'm concerned, but there you have it. Now, the other part that's interesting, you know, if anybody has not been paying attention, this fight with vaccine mandates still continues. It's estimated that there's still around 10 million employees around the country who are subject to these vaccine mandates, and so on it goes. So there's a federal court in Louisiana that just came out and sort of reconsidered its ruling, and they've shot down the vaccine mandates that cover their jurisdiction. So that's worth noting. Now, this is interesting. 1 million voters have signed up with the GOP. The Democrats cannot make a similar claim. Now, in the article, one of the points that was made is a number of people who are joining the Republican Party are doing so, not because they're so much attracted to the GOP, but they are repelled by the Democrat Party because of all the bad things that they're doing. 1 million voters is a lot, and you know we still have several months to go to the election. So yeah. Meantime, now remember a couple weeks ago I mentioned, yep, good news. There go those state employees dropping like flies. So now the latest is 4,000 Connecticut state employees will retire before July 1st. It has to do with these regulations with their pensions and stuff. But that's quite a drop-off. And on a, well, not a personal note, just one of my opinions, the Connecticut state bureaucracy is exceptionally incompetent. Getting rid of these people is a very good thing. And maybe, just maybe, somebody somewhere, maybe Mr. Stefanowski, if he becomes governor, will be able to address this problem in a serious manner. I hope so. Oh boy, here we go. This one is really too much. All right, get ready. The state of Connecticut is making available to you, the public, the opportunity to be the proud possessor of one of 56 licenses for running your own pot shop. That's right. Connecticut is setting up a pot industry, starting with the retail sector with these 56 licenses. The idea is so attractive to people in this state. Are you ready for this? 56 licenses. How many people have applied for these licenses? With 56 licenses, 37,293 people or businesses. This to me is really sick. So I just want to let you know, and we have the link, so I suggest you go listen. The state of Connecticut now has a new anthem. The new anthem is the song by AFROMAN titled "Because I Got High." Some of you may remember this song, some may not. When you hear it, you'll recognize it. Okay, so I find great irony in the fact that they are doing this in this state, a state that is descending into poverty faster than any other state of the nation, and now they're going to have people freely able to, quote, get high, and they're going to forget to do things, shall we say. So there you go. Anyway, what's the next one? Oh yeah, okay. So the New York State Supreme Court has issued a ruling to New York City saying, no, you cannot allow illegal aliens to vote. Now, if you recall, the city of New York the council attempted to pull this stunt by limiting their ability to vote to municipal elections just in New York City. What a scam. You're not fooling us. And it didn't fool the New York State Supreme Court either. However, just to let you know, the New York State Supreme Court is not the top court in the state. That would be the Court of Appeals. So this will obviously be appealed to the higher court. Nonetheless, for a moment, sense has prevailed. Thank God for that. Okay, now, this one. I don't hear it. You get a good look at it because this is juicy. CDC warns one of the worst outbreaks of meningococcal diseases among gay and bisexual men in U.S. history. One of the worst. Now, it should occur to people that there might be a connection between this recent outbreak and a certain event that we've been celebrating for the whole month of June. And so for that reason, I would like to announce my joy and happiness that this is coming to an end. And we will see the end of Putz Month very soon. Okay. Now, on a more troubling note, the Department of Justice Attorney General Merrick Garland, he is clearly getting worse and worse, all right? The first thing that we've come to slowly realize is that the Department of Justice is the enforcement arm of the Democrat Party. Okay, so we've seen too many examples of where there's been selective attack on people who were either, somewhere around the Capitol on January 6th or others who were involved with Donald Trump at various times. And there you go. He just goes after them. But now, following these two Supreme Court rulings, he's issued a statement, which we have up there, which for all intents and purposes is a legal insurrection against not only the federal government, but the people of the United States. So what you have is a person sitting there in the Department of Justice representing the interests of liberals in the Democrat Party saying we're going to manipulate, shape, twist, and pervert the law according to our own ideological interests as a Democrat Party. So how long can he get away with this? I have no idea. But people have to speak up. People have to get on his case. This is not what they're supposed to do. And that's putting it nicely. Okay, last one is Connecticut Commie of the Week. So our Connecticut Commie of the Week is the ever delightful Pearl Granat. Okay, now I know next to nothing about good old Pearl, but she's a part of the SEIU. Okay, so we know this is one of the many labor unions that have a strong communist contingent in their ranks, and she's been a part of it. She was on the award committee for the 2021 awards, but she's shown up in other places as well. So just one more to add to the pile for you folks. And last of all, we have our calls to action. They're listed there. I'd say, for the most part, go to look at them. Let me just rattle them off quickly. CT RAM is going to have a fair with vendors, a family day, on August 13th. So you definitely go to ctram.com and sign up for that. Then there's going to be a meet and greet for Mary Fay, who's running for state controller. Then the CTRA is going to have a family picnic on July 9th. There's a petition to sign, Connecticut Children Deserve Life, so that will be there. And lastly, there's a lawsuit to restore religious exemption in Connecticut, and we ask you to donate to that as well. And on that happy note, see you next week. Thank you. All right. All right.